heard a beep. So I guess I had another 2-second pause there. I see my Arby's is what I'm feeling. If I had to get a second choice, something fried sounds nice, like Long John Silver's. I think that's technically baked fish, fried fish. I think it's fried fish technically. Like a Long John Silver's, or I'd go for a KFC, I guess. There's a Popeyes in Pittsburgh I used to go to. See, they put the signs after the exit. Dip. They don't really give you much time there if you're going 70 to respond to the dip. Well, they want you to slow down to 55 here. Works out. See, look at that car. They're going to get a ticket. See, fines are doubled in the work zone. There you go. Another one. They're all on video. Yeah. They even put the flashing lights up there, so you can't miss it. There's another one speeding. So where's the radar traps for the work zone? You get the double fines. Another one zipping past me, way over the speed limit. Yeah, but if you look at that sunlight, GPS says I'm not going to get there until 11, and that's like sunset's going to be around 9. It's like 2 hours after sunset, and that sun has a pretty high angle, so we're definitely not halfway there. So basically, by the time the sun sets, we'll be halfway there, I think. They were past the work zone. They weren't doing much work though. I didn't see anyone. There's another one. We're still in it. There's a falling rock hazard. So they're not doing much work though. There's something. Looks like they got some trouble. See, I thought about getting one of those road flare kits, but I'm not sure how if that's a good investment. If you think it is, post it in the comments. If anyone's ever going to watch this. And so you might be able to see all the advertisements. Advertise here on our billboard. It's a long work zone with no workers. There are no signs of work. Got the flashing lights on. So. that passes me is speeding, basically. Because the speed limit's 55, and look, it's still flashing. So every single car that passes me is speeding. Am I the only one that doesn't want to hit a worker? Maybe they're invisible workers. Maybe that's it. All the workers are invisible, and that's why you have to go so slow. So you can't see them. They're invisible workers. This is ridiculous. Why would they put the flashing lights out when there's no workers out? Maybe they forgot to turn them off. Like they stopped working at 7, but they forgot to turn them off or something. Or maybe they're on a timer and they malfunction. I don't know. It's like the other day. I was at the red light and you're sitting there waiting, and all of a sudden, you know, the people behind you start honking and say go, waving their hands at you out the window, saying, you know, go, 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 go. It makes you, you know, if everyone around you, you know, says, oh, well, the traffic light's broken, go, 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 but it's red, you know you're not supposed to go. If everyone tells you to go, you know, that's what's called a crowd mentality or group thing. You know, it's peer pressure, basically. But the light wasn't broken, and A, I would have broken the law if I had listened to the people behind me. And B, I could have died in a horrible car accident. I saw someone run a red light at that light not too long ago. Yeah, so just because everyone else is, you know, blatantly ignoring, you know, traffic regulations, doesn't mean you should. It's tempting. You say, well, gee, everyone else is doing it. So, very tempting. There's an Arby's here. I'm not going to turn around, but... So what I could do, instead of just leaving the camera recording the whole time, is it's on a wireless remote. So I can actually trigger and I can actually start and stop video recording at any time remotely without having to look away from the road. You know, it's not hands-free, but it's just, you know, touching a button. And I don't have to look at the button to touch it. It's like, you know, changing a knob on the radio or something. That works, so it's got to be over by now. Speed up. So say, alternative to very long videos, just on the remote chance of capturing anything interesting, is to start and stop the videos when I actually see something interesting. So that way you don't have any long boring parts. Like, this isn't that interesting. There's trees at both sides. There's no fantastic scenery. There's not that much traffic, so it's not like you're seeing, you know, like cool sports cars, or sometimes you see like tanks on the highway, which is pretty cool. It's always exciting to see tanks on the highways. Like, what's a tank doing on the highway? You know, you see wacky stuff on the highway sometimes. Like tractor trailers that be hauling interesting stuff sometimes. Because Interstate 68, well, Route 40 is the national highway, and Interstate 68, I think, is the national freeway, because the original national highway was the gateway to the west, anyone who wants to get from, basically Washington, D.C. to Los Angeles or Seattle or anywhere out west, they go through Cumberland. So say if, like the president's, on a campaign tour, they're going to take I-68 if they don't, if they're taking the road. They pass right through Cumberland. If they're going from, say if you're going to Pittsburgh, that's when it's faster to take the interstate, the turnpike. If they're going, someone's going from D.C. to Pittsburgh, they're going to take the turnpike. Then you lose too much time. And if you're rich and famous, you don't care about tolls. See, now the sun's, to the yawn side of me. What's it called? Left. Yawn side. That's from yonder, the yonder side. It's gone. It's over yon hill. Welcome center. So I guess we're in Pennsylvania now. I missed the sign, but I need my maps. And maybe they know where an Arby's is. I'll check on my phone. That'll be faster. Find out where Arby's is. I like an Arby's. Okay, and this time I'm going to put on my mask because I don't know what the regulations are in Pennsylvania.
Continue.
Probably the same as Maryland and West Virginia, though. Okay. And off. And it stays recording. So if you're getting bored, I'll turn it off. So I'm going to put on a mask this time. Just gonna get a photo. And I'm going to check on my phone for where be the Arby's. We're not stuck without food before they close. Let's go to Arby's.com.
Please drive to highlighted route.
Find an Arby's. Starting to get a little bit hungry. Okay. Morgantown. So if I'm at the Welcome Center, it's Arby's in Waynesburg. I'm a long way from Erie. Crap. It's like another 3 hours. So I'm only like a quarter of the way there. I'm not like halfway there even. Closes at 10 p.m. How far away is that? Points of interest, food and drink, fast food, nothing too interesting. KFC, Hardee's. I was talking about Hardee's the other day. Hardee's, Burger King, KFC. Now my mouth's watering. See, that's the Arby's in Morgantown. Sonic. Fairmont. So I could go to Arby's or KFC. Or find a Burger King. Northwest. Okay. So, and this thing is so old, I can't trust anything it says on there. I have to do the address on the phone. So KFC, Burger King, or Arby's. Well, I have crispy chicken tenders in the freezer at home. I got cheeseburgers in the freezer at home. I don't have any roast beef at home. Arby's sounds nice. I haven't had Arby's literally in years because of the pandemic. Okay, 10:50 in Waynesburg.
Continue 4.6 miles, then take exit 1, on right, towards Mount Morris.
Man, it just keeps getting worse and worse. I gotta stop making stops. I brought like a ton of snacks, but no real food. I can eat the snacks for breakfast. I want a solid dinner. So the eclipse doesn't start. I said I need to be. See how much sleep can I get? If I wake up at 4 p.m., it's only 20 minutes from the hotel to. So if I just basically hop out of the bed and then shower after the eclipse. It's only 20 minutes, so I could wake up as late as 4:30. So definitely want to be there at 5. But so I could wake up as late as 4:30.
Continue 8.3 miles.
Just keeps getting worse and worse. The whole point of getting up here and getting the hotel was so I could get extra hours of sleep. It's still way better if I would get like basically zero sleep if I tried to drive from Cumberland. This video isn't turning out as interesting as I thought it would be. I don't know if you find it interesting or not. So I might turn it off at some point. So otherwise, I'm just wasting file storage. This is a test video, really, for the big trip from Allegheny to Worcester, which is every county across the state of Maryland except for Garrett County. And that's more interesting, I think, because you go through Washington, Baltimore, Annapolis, all the major cities. Here, it's just Morgantown and Pittsburgh. And I want to see what Pittsburgh looks like, because I haven't been up there in a long time. And I've actually, obviously never been to Erie. So say whenever I'm driving up here, I go to Pittsburgh, not around Pittsburgh. So I don't really know what you would see, or how much of Pittsburgh you can see from the interstate. Maybe not that much. And I say I shouldn't sanitize my. Oh, so if you're curious about masking laws, you are not, if you're fully vaccinated, you are not required to wear a mask in Maryland or West Virginia, but you are required to wear a mask in Pennsylvania. I didn't know that. So because I forgot to check what the regulations were in each state. I was just looking for travel restrictions, but there weren't any. I forgot to check the actual masking regulations. But that's good to know. That's another reason for going to the welcome centers, is they have the signs posted, because the welcome center is supposed to introduce you, welcome you to the state. So any kind of important local laws or anything were going to be posted usually at the welcome centers. Anything important, like whether or not you're required to wear a mask, that's posted at the welcome center. So that's good to know. So say you should be wearing a mask no matter what. And I say I don't really approve of the masking law, change in the masking laws from Maryland, West Virginia. It's better if everyone just keeps wearing masks. It's a good habit. COVID-19 is still around. And the main issue is that people who can't get vaccinated, especially children, people who are vaccinated and not wearing masks, they can transmit the virus to anyone who isn't vaccinated or can't get vaccinated, especially children. So you're literally killing children. If you're near children and you happen to be infected and you're not wearing a mask, you're literally killing children. It's still I think if they're wearing a mask and you're not wearing a mask, I don't know what the actual risk of transmission is, but it's still much lower than if you both weren't wearing masks. So they still have to wear a mask. But still, it's, wear a mask. You should. I say, I forgot when I went into the welcome center. To Arby's, I might just turn this off, and I'll keep it on the intervalometer though. But the camera has to be left powered on. But that isn't an issue because it's not actually draining the battery or anything like that. It's running off the car AC power. And like I say, when I turn off the car, it runs on the Tether Tool's internal battery. But as soon as I turn the car back on, that battery recharges. So it's like a UPS, basically. Universal, uninterruptible power supply. So it only, as soon as the power is reconnected, it charges back up. So